Hey everyone, here's a video I'm making today because people have been asking how we clean World War I/II collar disc. So I have this one I found a couple days ago, and even with all that dirt caked on it, I mean you can do water and stuff, but it doesn't really highlight it much. This has been flushed with water, and this is what it's looking at now. It looks really shiny when it's wet, but it dries up with all that dirt on it. As you can see on the outer rims, it should have that shine to it. So I share a technique that we use to clean it up, to bring it back to its brilliantness. I also have a little navy trouser button, and you can see there's no gilding on the front here, but there's some in the inside of it. So we're just gonna try to bring that out as well. So with the navy button, we're gonna have to use some naval jelly. This is what we're using today. And then because we're working on the disc, which is the army disc, we'll have to use the army jelly. No, just kidding. We're using the naval jelly for all of this today. So I'm gonna try to do this. So basically, materials, all you're gonna need is whatever you're working with. And it should have the gilding. If it doesn't, you're gonna discolor any other type of buttons. So it has to have gilding on the button or disc or whatever you're working with. I use just a normal artist paintbrush. I wouldn't use anything too rough because the technique is you're kind of taking the dirt away off the surface. Any abrasiveness is going to take away the flaking on there. And we use Loctite Rust-Dissolve or naval jelly. It's also called aluminum jelly. And then you just need some running water to clean it off. I would suggest with this stuff that you use gloves, but real men don't use gloves, so I'm just going to be doing it naturally like this. So first thing is you want to shake up your bottle, and you want to apply this stuff to your material in a dry state. You don't want it after you just tried to soak it. So we'll get in here, and I just like to dab it on at first, just to get the soaking starting, and you can start to see it's coming out already because it's wet. But unless you get all that dirt off, this is a lot harder to do one-handed with trying to tape this for you guys. So you're not doing too much cleaning on it now. I'm just dabbling it on, and some of the areas that have more crevices around these S and D letters on here, I'm trying to work some of that out, and then along the rim here. So you're not really doing any cleaning with this. What you're doing is applying it, and you'll let it soak for a little bit, and then let it do its magic. Make it do all the work first, and then we'll come back and we'll give it a bath, and then if we'll let it dry once more and hit it up again if needed. But as you can see right now, I'm just doing light brush strokes. This collar disc, it's a Type 1, World War I Type 1. Actually, I think it actually is a Type 2. It's got the diamonds instead of the dots. So yeah, it's a World War I Type 2 collar disc. They're more common than the Type 1s. The hunting grounds I'm always detecting on, I seem to find more Type 2s than Type 1s. So this is fully plated, it looks like. If you're working with a material that is it's taking a beating and it's corroded off, then what you want to do with your brush strokes, what I'm doing right now, is you want to start from where the gold is and brush into where it's missing. Because if you go up against it, like from bare material onto the gold, you're actually trying to get up underneath. It's like picking a scab. You're getting underneath there, and that gold flaking is gonna just flake off, and it's gonna take away that shine that you wanted to preserve on the button or disc. So the back is cleaning up amazing right now. I would just normally let this sit here, but well, what I'll do right now, so I'll go ahead and clean the navy button, and by the time I'm done with that, I should do the soaking here. So let's do that as well. Here's our navy button. I don't think I'm going to get too good of results on the front, so I'm just gonna. There's nothing really to brush onto this one. I'm going to flip it over and apply heavily in the back here. I'm just daubing it with the paint brush bristles. Alright, and I'm just going to let this one sit, because all I'm really doing is trying to bring out the luster and that little bit of flaking that it had. So normally I would let this sit about 5 or 10 minutes to let it really get in there and break up dirt and corrosion. This is actually a rust dissolver, as you see from the product label. I'm sure there's other ones out there on the market too, but these are readily available on Amazon or hardware stores. So I'm going to just turn the water on, just to a small little light stream, and then we're just going to give it a little bath underneath. And you start to see how well preserved it's coming out. So I would probably take the bristle brush, the paintbrush, and you can see there it's a little caked up underneath of the bent over screw post. If I can focus here. So I'm going to need to work that area on the back here to get that out, but you can see this is what we were going for, is that nice shine to it. Now, sometimes, and yeah, so the SD was the highest point on this color disc, so it looks like it's been completely removed. So we're not really, I'm not going to hit that area up anymore, because I'll end up turning it into something that's not going to look great. So if I'm going to hit the face of this with another round of the navel jelly, I'm just going to do on the outer edges there, around that rim, outside rim, so we'll bring out a little more color, but I don't want to hit the bare metal with the navel jelly. So, and then you can go with a dry brush or something. You can go back over that and try to remove, because when this product dries on regular metal without any gilding, the bare metal turns a whitish color, and you won't be happy with the results. But here's the, see, now we got, because this was a bare metal, it's kind of turned it a little bit red. But we have other methods to bring back some color and stuff. But here's what I would like to show you is I was trying to go for the inside. Almost dropped it. You can get the light to hit it. It's kind of hard to see in the camera there, but there, maybe there. That's what I was trying to bring out, was that gold gilding in the back. It's the only thing that survived on this button. But that's it. I might throw up a couple examples of some of the ones that I've restored back to pretty near full potential using this method. and show you a couple ones that if you don't do it properly, how the results end up, and things that you should avoid. But any questions, throw them in the comments below, and please continue to subscribe and like.